All praises belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Lord of all the worlds. We seek refuge in Allah from the evil of our souls and the evil of our deeds. Whoever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala leads astray, no one can guide him, and whoever He guides, no one can lead him astray. I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam is the final and last messenger sent to mankind and jinn. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for His peace and blessings to shower on our Prophet, his companions, and those who shadow their footsteps into the day of judgment. Chapter 35, to accompany the funeral processions up to the place of burial is a part of faith. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he narrated that Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, "A believer who accompanies the funeral procession of a Muslim out of sincere faith and hoping to attain Allah's reward and remains with it till the funeral prayer is offered and the burial ceremonies are over, he will return with a reward the size of 2 qirat. Each qirat is like the size of Mount Uhud. He who offers the funeral prayer only and returns before the burial will return with the reward of 1 qirat only. With 1 qirat only." This hadith, this chapter, is proof for Ahlul Sunnah that actions are a part of Iman. Because the Prophet ﷺ, he said, a believer who accompanies the funeral procession of a Muslim, meaning he follows it. And this qirat, like Mount Uhud, and Mount Uhud is known, it's that mountain there in Medina, that a person will receive a great reward. This hadith, it shows us that we can receive 2 rewards or just 1. If we follow the prayer, continue with it after offering the Salatul Janazah, and we continue until the body is placed in the ground, then we receive 2 qirat. And if we only offer the salah, then we only receive 1. This hadith, it encourages us to follow a janazah, pray its prayer, and continue with our brother or our sister until they are placed in the ground. This hadith, it also teaches us about the great reward that we can earn for merely going to the funeral procession. Chapter 36. What is said regarding the fear of a believer who has his good deeds and they may be annulled without his knowledge. Abu Ibrahim at-Tamimi, he said, "When I compare my talks with my deeds, then I find that my deeds are deficient compared with my talks, my speech. I am afraid my deeds deny or contradict what I say." And Ibn Abi Mulaika said, "I met 30 companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Each one of them was afraid of becoming a hypocrite, and none of them said that he was as strong in belief as the angel Jibril or Mikael." And Al-Hasan al-Basri said, "It is only a faithful believer who dreads hypocrisy, and only a hypocrite who considers himself safe from hypocrisy. And one should be afraid not to persist in hypocrisy and disobedience to Allah by committing sins without repenting to Allah Jalla wa Ala. Immediately, as it is referred to in the statement of Allah, and they do not persist in what wrong they have done while they know." Abdullah bin Mas'ud radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrated the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he said, "Sibabul muslimi fusuqun wa qitaluhu kufr." He said, abusing a Muslim is fusuq, and evil doing and killing him is kufr. These 3 athar, these 3 narrations, the first one from Ibrahim, when he said that when he compares his speech with his deeds, then he finds that they are deficient. And the other athar mentioned by Ibn Abi Mulaika and the athar of Hasan al-Basri, then all of these imply and show us that the Salaf, they feared for hypocrisy although they were righteous. and they feared that their deeds might not show the sincerity of what they say. Bukhari in this chapter is refuting the people known as the Murji'ah sect who say Allah will never punish one who says La ilaha illallah and render his deeds null and void. This hadith, the Prophet said abusing a Muslim is fusuq, evil doing, and killing him is kufr. It teaches us the seriousness about another Muslim's honor. It teaches us the serious about a Muslim's honor. You know, he said, Sibabu Muslim fusuq wa qitalahu kufr. He's warning us. He's warning us about the seriousness of doing these two things. Today there's a movement going around, unfortunately. It's in the West and it exists in all parts of the world. That it's a group of people who enjoy taking the honor of a Muslim. Backbiting is part of their religion. Attacking Muslims is part of their religion. They enjoy abusing Muslims. And another extreme, distant relative to this movement, to this group, are those people, sort of like what we find with that ISIS movement, who enjoy killing Muslims. These two movements, they are similarly related. They are similarly related. One is extreme in declaring a Sunni Muslim out of the fold of Islam, out of the fold of Sunnah, and the other group is extreme in removing a Muslim from the realm of Islam. The Prophet said abusing a Muslim is fusuq, evil doing, and killing him is kufr. Slandering a Muslim is a major sin, my brothers and sisters, because the Prophet ﷺ, he named it as fusuq. This hadith, it shows us the danger of fighting between Muslims. The danger of fighting between Muslims. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ in another hadith narrated on Ibadah ibn Samit that the Prophet ﷺ, he went out to inform the people about the date of Laylatul Qadr, the night of decree. But there happened to be a quarrel between two men from amongst the Muslims. The Prophet said, I came out to inform you about the date of Laylatul Qadr, but as so-and-so quarreled, its knowledge was taken away, I forgot it, and maybe it was better for you. So look for it in the 7th, the 9th, and the 5th of the last 10 nights of Ramadan. This hadith, my brothers and sisters, it shows us that Muslims, we have to stop bickering between ourselves. Because bickering and fighting amongst ourselves, it prevents the blessings that descend from the sama, that descend from the sky. Don't you see that the Prophet ﷺ, he went out to inform them about Laylatul Qadr? And when he went out, these Muslims were arguing and quarreling in front of him, so his knowledge was taken away. How many more blessings can be removed or are being removed from us due to our simple bickering? Another benefit we take from this hadith is disputing and arguing between ourselves. It doesn't bring about anything positive. It doesn't bring about anything positive, as the blessing of Laylatul Qadr's exact date was removed. This hadith encourages us to strive diligently to worship Allah in the last 10 days of Ramadan in hopes of reaching Laylatul Qadr. In Ramadan we have approximately 3 months left. Inshallah, may Allah allow us to reach it with safety and fast. Laylatul Qadr. This hadith, it shows us that Laylatul Qadr is during the odd nights in the last 10 days. And the last benefit we get from this hadith is it shows us the evil and bad consequences of bickering. Wa subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.